All right, let's talk about something we all interact with every single day, but, well, we try not to think about them too much. I'm talking about the good old dustbin. Today, we're going to look at a simple but kind of brilliant idea that could make our world a whole lot cleaner. So, let me ask you a question. Think about it for a sec. What's the one thing you absolutely avoid touching when you're out and about? A door handle? Maybe a railing? Or, and I'm guessing this is a big one, is it the lid of a public trash can? Come on, we've all been there, doing that weird little hop and drop maneuver to get rid of trash without actually touching the bin. It's totally a universal thing. And you know that little dance we all do? It actually points to a much bigger issue. The way we've designed most dustbins is, frankly, a design flaw. I mean, the whole point is to keep things clean by holding our garbage. But in the process, the bin itself becomes a major hotspot for germs. Okay, so this is where it really clicks. On one side, you've got the traditional bin. You have to touch it, and every single time someone does, there's a risk. But on the other side, you've got the smart dustbin. Its entire concept is built around one simple idea: being completely touch-free. And that, right there, is a game changer for hygiene. And this brings us to the hero of our story. A simple but really elegant automated system that's designed to solve this exact problem. It's basically a complete rethink of how we should be dealing with our trash. So, what is it exactly? Well, the smart dustbin is just an automated system that uses a sensor to know when you're about to throw something away. Your hand gets close and poof, the lid opens all by itself. No touching, no germs, no problem. Simple as that. And the goals for this project were super clear and down to earth. This wasn't just about building some cool gadget for the sake of it. No, it was all about reducing the spread of germs, improving public health, and showing how pretty simple tech can solve a real-world problem that affects every single one of us. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds kind of complicated, right? But it's actually incredibly simple. The whole shebang runs on just three main parts, working together in harmony. So let's meet this little tech trio. First up is the Arduino Uno. Okay, think of this as the brain of the whole operation. It's a tiny little computer that does all the thinking. It gets a signal from the sensor and makes that one critical decision. Do I open the lid now or not? Next, we need some eyes, and that's the ultrasonic sensor. This little guy is constantly sending out sound waves, kind of like how a bat uses sonar to see. When your hand gets close, those waves bounce back faster, and the sensor basically yells to the brain, "Hey, we got one!" And finally, you need the muscle. That's the servo motor. As soon as the brain gives the order, this motor jumps into action. It physically turns and lifts the lid right open. This is the part that does the heavy lifting. Literally. So you've got the brain, the eyes, and the muscle. Simple enough, right? But how do they all play together to make the magic happen? Let's walk through the super simple four-step process. It all happens in a flash. First, the sensor detects your hand. Boom. Instantly, the Arduino brain decides it's go time. Then, the motor acts, popping the lid open. And after a few seconds, everything just resets, closing the lid and waiting for the next person. So simple, so efficient, so clean. And this right here is what makes it smart. The system isn't just opening every time someone walks past it. Nope, it's programmed with a really specific trigger range, less than 15 centimeters. That means it only opens up when you're clearly right there, about to use it. Super efficient and saves energy. Okay, so this is way more than just a neat little project. When you start to zoom out and think about it, you see the real-world impact. An idea this simple, if you apply it on a massive scale, could genuinely help create a much healthier world for all of us. And the applications for this are just everywhere. I mean, think about it. Your home, schools, offices, and especially places like hospitals where hygiene is absolutely non-negotiable. But it doesn't stop there. This is the kind of tech that gets woven into public parks, train stations, and the very fabric of our future smart cities. And when you break down the advantages, it becomes so obvious why this idea is a winner. It's not just that it's touch-free and hygienic, it's also low cost, it's easy to actually build and install, and it's energy efficient. It just, well, it checks all the boxes. And this is really just the beginning. The future potential here is massive. Just imagine, bins that know when they're full and automatically send an alert to sanitation crews. Or how about bins powered by little solar panels? You could even have them automatically sort recyclables from trash. The possibilities are endless. There's a quote from the source paper that just nails it. It says this project is a perfect example of how you can combine these simple parts, an Arduino, sensors, and motors, to solve a real-world problem in a super efficient way. It's not about the bin, it's about smart, simple problem solving. So, that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. If we can totally reinvent something as basic and overlooked as the dustbin, what other everyday objects out there are just waiting for a simple, smart upgrade? What's the next everyday inconvenience that we can solve? Let me know what you think.